And then you see how he was born on 7/6, because remember the top of the altars is measured at 76 degrees, foreshadowing the kingdom to come. The 7 the number of spirit, 6 the number of flesh. You see? And then also, then he started doing children's book too. That's just blasphemy, dealing with the book of life for the children of God. And they say he was a carpenter. And then he had a supervisor in the carpenter program that he was going through. His name was Edward. And remember Edward? Let's go into the name Ed right quick. So Edward trained up Christopher Scarver, who was born on 7/6. So as it's written, and the children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the altar Ed, for it should be a witness between us and the Lord is God. You see, the Ed, the altar between us and the Lord is God. And then you got, obviously, they say he was actually suffering from messianic, Messiah. They said that he was suffering from, the messianic delusions. So he said he thought he was Messiah, and they said they say he was schizophrenic. So the Lewis trilemma goes into the multiple personalities, because Christ is the Son of God. He's the Lion of Judah. He's the royal bull. He's the Elohim. He's Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? And so forth. The flying bird. You know what I mean? Everything is made through him, for him, and by him. To get us back to the Father. So they said a man, Christopher, who was born on 7/6, was suffering from saying he was the Messiah, a prophet that would save and redeem people. He's the Lord. It's serious stuff. And then he had the Edwards connection. Then you remember the guy Edward Tracy Edwards is the one that was just Jeffrey Dahmer almost 18th victim. And then that's what they say. They say he was the one that tried. I think he escaped out the window or something like that. I had made a whole series on this. It's been so long. Like, it was something I did at that time. But all of that whole connection is just blasphemy. Now remember Christopher Scarver killed Jeffrey Dahmer with the weight. And remember Jeffrey Dahmer's first victim name was Steve. And remember he killed him with a 10-pound dumbbell. Remember he beat him in the head. Remember he pulled up on him with his car, took him to his house, gave him a beer, and then beat him to death with a dumbbell. Remember? That was his name, Steve. But anyway, remember he had the God on his wall, the Atlas holding the weight. Remember he had the God on his wall holding that weight. And then Christopher beats him with a weight in the end, and then Jeffrey Dahmer's first victim got beat with a weight. All of that dealing with the weight, the burden, you know what I mean, of Egypt being removed by Christ, the one with the scar. That stuff is serious, man. High level blasphemy. But the truth is being revealed. So I'm gonna leave that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Peace be with everyone.